pay for that entertainment. And I think this is what perhaps Janice and her friends didn't quite understand when the actual bill arrived at the end of the night.
No disrespect to you, you can fucking bang me up or whatever. I've paid my tenner, I ain't paying nothing else.
We've got no desire to bang you up there. That's it.
Lisa, I don't know about you, but if I was you, I'd press charges against that fucking two over there. I know you're angry, but it's just angry. Don't ever fucking touch me, I'm getting in his arse, let alone fucking touch one of me mates.
Can we take one thing at a time?
Press charges, Lisa. It's not my purse. Can I get my purse?
Aylesbury, 12:45 a.m. PC Sarah Astley has been a police officer for 8 years. Tonight she's putting probationer Martin Woodrow through his paces.
Reuben.
It's going to leg it.
Reuben.
When they receive reports that a man is drunk and armed with a knife.
Put me on candid camera.
No, I want to speak to you.
Hey, officer, let me go.
I understand you got a knife in your belt, all right?
Yeah, I understand what.
Right, listen, I just want to check.
Right? Hey, don't bend my arms up.
Well, we're just checking.
No, let me go.
The first thing you notice when you walk up to somebody like that is that they are drunk, and from his vocabulary he was obviously upset the fact that we were going to talk to him, then search him. So he became quite aggressive from that.
Don't bend me up.
No, we're not bending you up.
Take my arms off camera.
Keep still.
Okay.
And in that respect, you know, we just have to deal with that and make sure that he isn't carrying anything that he shouldn't be.
Check me, don't ever bend my ass up like some fucking bitch, nigga. Don't bend me up like I'm some prick. Check me. Check every my body, every my shoes, everything. I'm a normal citizen like you.
He allowed us to search him and then was asked to move on his way. He was as well with a girlfriend who is quite nice to have so that they can at least, you know, talk to each other and get them to hopefully find their way home. So you had to really give him the benefit of the doubt and ask him to move on.
No knife is found and the suspect released, but he's in a highly agitated state. A CCTV operator follows his progress through town. Despite the efforts of his girlfriend, later tonight, an innocent person will feel the full force of Reuben Neptune's anger.
But three of us there, and why should we pay £80 for three?
In Romford, Inspector Brian Casson is trying to persuade Janice and her friends to pay up. He's keeping it nice and simple.
If you go to, for example, the Ritz and order cucumber sandwiches, then it costs a lot of money. You know when you go in there that you're not paying for the cucumber sandwiches, you're paying for the opulence of the surroundings.
That's a bit funny, mate. We're in the fucking middle of Romford, in a fucking chinky bar. The food is saying, she's angry, she swears me she's angry.
Listen, you've gone in there and they've got facilities in there, i.e. karaoke, and you've used the karaoke.
Sorry, mate, I could fucking go up the Ritz for fucking £80 and get the same amount.
Yeah, but it's £80 for one person sounds like a lot of money.
No, I don't care, no. It's
but it's quite a few people who've gone in there.
No, it's three of us, isn't it? Yeah, there could be 300 of us who went in there. Three of us say we pay for three people. I don't care what you say, the baboon says, or fucking God says.
Yeah.
Three people there, that's fucking 30 quid.
How much do you want? How much? Fiver, yeah?
Finally, Inspector Casson persuades them to pay half the outstanding amount.
I think perhaps if Janice and her friends actually viewed the video footage, they might be horrified. And the fact is that, you know, the effect of alcohol on people does tend to make them louder than you normally would be. And I'm sure she's a perfect lady when she's sober.
They do it again. They've got their 80 quid of those, so they can fucking kiss my ass! Jen.
Goodbye, Janice.
A row over a bill at a Chinese restaurant has taken 6 officers off the streets of Romford for 32 minutes. Saturday morning, 1 a.m. Across Britain, thousands of revellers are packed into identikit theme bars and nightclub chains. Loud, crowded and drunk. It's a recipe for violence. A man is ejected from a late bar in Aylesbury, but he's not going quietly. His girlfriend doesn't want to leave either. Despite the fact she's still inside, he hurls another bottle before she finally gets the boot. A would-be peacemaker pays for her efforts. Now the bouncers decide they've had enough. And the aggressive drunk's confidence seems to drain away. In Middlesbrough, Sergeant Dave Mead and his team enjoy a rare moment of peace.
It is quiet, isn't it?
But Sergeant Mead is tempting fate.
Yeah, it's just the town centre units. There's possibly a fight on it.
There's a report of a fight in a nightclub. A bouncer has been attacked and a member of the public glassed.
And the cameras and everything.
Over 2 seconds with me. Just need to get some things up. Can you come back in here for 2 seconds where it's a bit quieter? Everybody all right? Is this the man who's read glasses now? Obviously in pink. Can I just take your first name for you, please, mate? Richard. Richard. Richard, do you have a middle name?
Right, straight up, right, Richard Paul.
Paul, just keep that over your face, mate. It's just spitting blood everywhere, that's all.
He walked into the club, he bumped into someone, turned around to apologise and had a beer glass thrown into his face. As simple and uncomplicated as that.
C-K-M-A-N, Jackman. Jackman. What's your date of birth, Richard? 5th of 6th, 73. Next week is my birthday. I've got this drunk me.
With a lot of these incidents, it's just literally been in the wrong place at the wrong time. It could be you, it could be I, it could be an 18, 19-year-old girl, it could be anyone. That's what frightens me.
Every year in the UK, police deal with 5,000 glassing incidents. That's almost 100 a week. Tonight, a bouncer who came to the victim's rescue was also bottled.
I went for the lad, grabbed him, detained him. Out of my vision, I seen it, a lad straight away, bottle, back of my head. I've got scratches on my face, scratches on my arms. Perks of the job, I think.
The fact that we've got large numbers of people concentrating into nightclubs, we give them alcohol and then we give them a glass or a bottle to drink it out of. And it's a ready-made weapon. And that's an incident that replays itself time and time again within the Middlesbrough area.
Sergeant Mead's claims are borne out at Middlesbrough General Hospital, where, on a Friday night, glassing victim Richard Jackman has to wait in line.
And remember what happened?
Walked out of a pub and got jumped.
Right. Did they use a weapon or did they use their fists and feet?
Fist, I think. Just fist.
Did you go to the floor?
Yeah.
Can you remember getting up?
I never got a chance to go.
The majority of alcohol-related injuries that we see tend to be a good old-fashioned fight with fists and people getting kicked. There's usually quite a lot of facial trauma, whether it's broken noses, broken cheeks, jaws, and head injuries.
I come out of the pub and I fell over the curb and I fell over.
Onto who?
On the 4 lads who obviously didn't like what I'd done and they just beat me up. Taking me back, they beat me up.
No, I can't remember what happened. This is what I'm going by. What my mates told me. Someone bottled me.
Right.
Cut my ear and I must have fell because I've got a bit of a sore head at the back as well.
When someone's bottled, it tends to be that bottle is thrown down on top of the head. The scarring is obviously not as bad, but the mechanism of being glassed is usually the pint glass, the half pint glass gets pushed into the face and the glass shatters and you get lacerations across the face, causing quite traumatic scarring. I do believe that there's some glasses on the market that you can get that do not shatter, but I believe also they're slightly more expensive for pubs to buy.
It's an unacceptable injury, that the facial injuries, the eye injuries, someone like Richard is laid at the accident emergency area where the face is bleeding and the accident emergency staff haven't to patch them back for doing nothing wrong. It impacts on so many levels.
Sorry, might be a bit sore when I do this, all right? Yeah, that's all right.
Every year, 1.5 million victims suffer injuries at the hands of aggressors who are under the influence of alcohol.
Okay, that's fine. Is it sore around there at all? No, that's all right.
4 out of 5 people in accident and emergency departments on a Friday night have alcohol-related injuries.
It can be frustrating to deal with these alcohol-related injuries if you let it get to you, but at the end of the day you have to sit back and say this is the world we live in and people do drink and they do get involved in fights, and unfortunately it has an effect on A&E departments.
Aylesbury, 1:50 a.m. The man stopped by police but released earlier has been tracked throughout the night by CCTV, growing angrier and angrier.
Hello, Kelvin from the alarm, no problem.
His antics attract the attention of PC's Sarah Astley and Martin Woodrow once again.
I mean, a report. So you asked me. I mean, investigate, it's not investigating. You bend my arm up behind my back and treat me like an idiot. Simple. But you call yourself the law. You know what the law is?
This person was quite abusive. He should have been arrested for public order offences. But because there was an incident that was escalating outside of the Aylesbury town centre, most of the resources were taken out to that area.
Asked me, oh Ruben, have you got a knife on you? I showed you. You searched me. I don't have nothing, so you don't have to bend my arm up like I'm some sort of criminal.
PC's Astley and Woodrow are the only police officers left in Aylesbury town centre, and it's just minutes before the 2 a.m. mass exodus from nightclubs. They are faced with a dilemma.
What do you weigh up? You've got 400 or 500 people in the town that, you know, may need your immediate response. We just didn't know any difference. In hindsight, it would have been preferable to arrest this person at this time.
Reluctantly, PC's Astley and Woodrow let Ruben go. Aylesbury's CCTV operator continues to track Ruben Neptune. The images hint at the horrific events to come later tonight. It's now turned 2 o'clock on Saturday morning. Revellers who've been drinking for 7 hours are emptied out onto the streets. It's peak time for drunken antisocial behaviour and peak time for arrests. Middlesbrough, Sergeant Dave Mead and his team are sweeping the drunks off the streets.
I am drunk.
Drunks who are a danger to themselves.
Get me away from me. Get me away from me.
Stand against the wall so you don't fall over. There you go, flower.
The level of drunkenness can be extreme, from people laid in the gutter, covered in vomit, urinating themselves. We see it all.
Get your feet, there you go. There we go, mate. Stand up.
People collapse on the side of the road, they'll injure themselves. And again, we have to be mindful of that and make sure people are okay. My officers over the weekends regularly sort of pick drunks up. Are you okay? Can we get you into a taxi?
Listen, you need to get back to South Bank, do you?
Yeah, I need to get back.
How are you going to get there? Taxi or are you walking?
I haven't got a clue. I don't even know where I am.
You don't know where you are?
No.
You're in Middlesbrough at the minute.
Yes, please. Oh, don't throw up on me.
Occasionally, we have to arrest people for being drunk and incapable. That boils down to the fact that if we don't put them in a police cell, we can watch them every 15 minutes. They may choke on their own vomit, they may become injured. And then once they're sober, they're released without any further charge. And we're just sort of a social service and you're on your way back home, learn from your mistakes.
Tonight in Middlesbrough, every person in custody is drunk. But there's plenty more still roaming the streets. Middlesbrough General Hospital, 3 a.m.
Where am I taking them over here?
A woman is drunk in charge of a wheelchair. Her boyfriend, also